this is going to be the extended reading for Virgo, June 2022. Virgo extended. I'm taking your June reading and I'm squeezing every drop of information out of it I possibly can. Okay. If you would like to find the information on how to schedule a personal reading, though, please look in the description of this video. That's where you'll find all the info. Okay. So I'm taking the situation troubling you the most and starting off with the energy from the past. Okay. I want to see what this person's intentions were in the past. Once I get a deck that I'm feeling. What was this person's past energy and intentions with Virgo? How'd they feel in the past? Preferably when y'all first connected. Doesn't have to be. It could just be whenever the problem started. Let's see what this person's feelings and intentions were in the past. The Chariot reversed. Could be a Cancer for some of you. All right, last one. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Page of Cups reversed. What's going on here? Temperance reversed. What in the world is this? Is this like some of you? Okay, so some of you could have been talking to somebody that maybe you weren't connected with. I kind of feel like this feels to me like you all didn't connect right away. Like, I don't know if this person was at a distance and maybe you were like talking to them online or something. Because look, I'm gonna show, I see the Two of Cups reversed, the Page of Cups in the reverse, and the Chariot reversed. And so was this maybe somebody you were just like talking to online or something? Anyway, looking at their intentions, whatever that was, that you decide how, whatever that meant there. But looking at their intentions, I don't think it was coming from a bad place. That's the number one thing here with the King of Cups energy here. I just honestly feel like this person was going through something in their life where not really a rough transition, which is what you normally see. Most of the time when I pull up the past energy, you see one person or the other going through a very rough transition a lot of times. I wouldn't say a very rough transition, but it almost just feels kind of like this person was a little bit lost, you know? Not really seeing any energy that of past energy, which is another very common thing that I see. I'm not really seeing a lot of that. Lover's card reversed. So there was something going on here. For whatever reason, I feel like this person was developing feelings for you. Somebody here wasn't, though. One of you felt the connection and the other one didn't. And this just looks like a mess. This almost, you know what? This almost looks like something that was forced. This looks like something that was forced. What I mean is when the universe wants somebody to come into your life, you don't really have to put a whole lot of work towards it. Not saying you don't have to put any work towards it, but when it's time for you and somebody to come together, it kind of like seemingly happens all by itself. You know, you and this person come together, you're drawn together, and you can tell that it's divine intervention. This doesn't feel like that. This feels like somebody forced this. Somebody forced this. I don't know. This feels like it was forced and maybe bad timing. You all met it at a bad time. Okay. Good Lord. Okay, whatever. We're going to look at their current feelings and intentions. We're going to look at their current feelings and intentions. Hopefully that resonated for whoever needed to hear it. Made no sense to me whatsoever, though. Let's look at this person's current feelings and intentions. How are they feeling now? In this current moment. How's this person feeling about Virgo in this situation now, in the current moment? High Priestess. All right, last one. Okay, and that Three of Wands. This is something that I feel like is kind of a reoccurring theme for you guys, okay? They definitely still keep an eye on you. It's like they're sitting back and watching you, waiting for you to come forward. See what I'm saying? Watching you. I don't think there's any communication. If there is, it's probably little to none. They spend a lot more time watching you than they do actually communicating. And it's like they're waiting for some kind of return. They're waiting for you to either make a comeback or this kind of feels to me like, I feel like this person is convinced that you're going to end up missing them and want to come back. It feels slightly delusional to me, just a little bit. Yeah, see, look, it's like this person is expecting you to come back at some point. Like they're just sitting there waiting on it. They're just waiting on you to pop up in their inbox one day like, yo, I'm so sorry. You know, I had a change. They're waiting for you to have a change of heart. That's what they're doing. The more time passes, though, I kind of feel like the more frustrated they're getting that this isn't happening. Is there a big age gap? I only ask because of all these damn pages. I got 3 pages here. I don't have one single king, one single queen. I don't even have a knight here. This is all pages. Now, either there's a big age gap between the two of you, or you could be dealing with somebody who's just very, very immature. If you were to pull a tarot spread and have me look at it and guess their age based on the energy, this right here, this energy looks about like between 18 and 25. You know, probably even younger than that. I would say, is this person about 18 years old? Now, I know that's not everybody. We're dealing with all different types of people here, but it does look like very immature energy. Okay. Now, I know that has a negative connotation to it. I didn't say this person is a bad person. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but that's not what I'm saying. It just looks pretty immature, honestly. Let's see if this person is going to take any actions. Just 3 cards. 3 cards just to see if there will be any action. 3 cards for their action. Nope, Empress reversed. The Devil card, shadow side. 2 of Pentacles. No, not seeing any action from this person. Not seeing any action. I am seeing them. You know what? It kind of looks like this person's spiraling downhill in their life, honestly. Looks like they're going downhill. Okay, for the rest of the summer, what's the outcome? Outcome for the rest of the summer. Chariot. 9 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups reversed. No, 3 of Swords reversed. Not seeing much of an outcome. This looks like something that you're moving on from, moving forward, making forward movement. Some of you are just going to try to remain single maybe throughout the summer. Whatever it is, you're like really, really fiercely independent. I don't really see you depending on anybody for the rest of the summer. And yeah, not seeing much of an outcome here. New opportunities are being made available to you, but I don't see anything from the past coming back. Not seeing anything from the past coming back this summer. Unless you make it happen, which that's what we're going to look at now, the advice. We're going to look at the advice now. What would the best advice be for Virgo in this situation? Best advice. 8 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so let's do some reflecting. Let's do some reflecting. Think back to when you all did first connect. And that spread that I pulled, it looked kind of messy, honestly. But let's think back on that. What were some red flags? What were some red flags? Okay. Now, don't be too critical on yourself. That's one of your worst habits. Don't be looking back and kicking yourself in the ass for being an idiot. This is how we learn. This is how we learn. So what were some red flags? You know, what were some things that maybe caught your attention, but you just swept it under the rug? You know, let's do some reflecting, because this is, in the healing journey, this is one of the most essential stages that you have to go through. And I think most people do. I think most of us do. We go through that point where we look back at the red flags that we missed. But whenever you figure that out, are you going to apply it? Are you going to apply it going forward? Okay, be sure you do maintain that emotional independence. Okay, do not let emotional independence scare you. Okay, this idea scares people. I'm not saying go be alone. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what emotional independence means. Emotional independence means I don't depend on connections with people or relationships to create the happiness that I don't have. That's what emotional independence means. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying go be alone. Shit, go out and form all the connections that you can. Make all the friends you want, date all the people that you want, but just don't depend on that to provide you with the happiness that you're missing, because that's not the way it works. Okay. The next person who comes in, you're going to want to have a sense of emotional independence, and you're going to want to have your head above water, because the next connection that comes in is going to be really, really intense. And I think that if you just take all the time you need to look back at some of the red flags that you missed, go through the reflecting, the learning experience, that is going to prepare you for the next person coming in. Okay. So hold a space one of these days for you and the past person you were dealing with to clear the air. Okay. Because I do think that time is coming before the year is up. Before the year is up, I do think that you all will have the opportunity to clear the air. I just don't really see it happening this summer. Unless you want to, you can if you want. But if you just sit around and wait on that to happen, I don't see it happening by itself. All right. General career and finance. If you're not experiencing any issues or any concerns in your life generally or with your career and finance, this is not for you. Ooh, Queen of Swords reverse. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Two more. Ooh, got the Ace of Wands, though. Ooh, and the Magician. Okay, so for those of you who have intentionally been on a manifestation journey, and there's the Three of Wands, though. Okay, so you're on the right path. You are doing everything that you need to be doing. But one of the things that's holding it back is sitting around and waiting on it. This is now I know not everybody's on a manifestation journey, but still pay attention. This is the trickiest part of the whole path. Learning to gain control of this right here is what will make miracles happen in your life. How do I completely release and let it go and not even think about it? How do I do that? Because that is what speeds the process up. While you're sitting around looking for it and waiting on it and thinking about it and trying to figure it out and look, it's putting a clamp on the quantum field, and it's slowing the process down big time. Slowing the process down big time. We want to be able, your ability to manifest anything into your life rests in your ability to gain control of your focus. Okay? Because while you are focused on what it is that you're manifesting, it's not flowing. It's not flowing. Pay very close attention. This right here is a very important piece of information. Okay? While you're doing the work, it's not manifesting. It's not manifesting until you turn your focus and your thoughts away from it. That's when it's manifesting. That's when the actual process is happening, when you are out of the way. Same thing with going to the gym and working out. When you're in the gym working out, you're not building your muscle. You're tearing your muscles down. Your muscles are building while you're sleeping. See what I'm saying? Same thing with manifestation. While you're in there doing the work, nothing's happening. Now, you are putting forth the energy and the intention, but nothing's happening. Nothing can happen until you release it. So learning that little dance with the universe, do just enough work and then release it. That's when the universe is flowing. Then turn your focus back on it, do just enough work and then release it. That's when the universe is flowing. Now, this is tricky. It's very tricky. I'm still working on it. I learned that 5 years ago. I'm still working on it. It's tricky. Let's see what else wants to come through here. But I do see a brand new fresh start happening for you all this summer. I do. Could be starting whatever it is that you're working on. I do see it picking up, taking lift off this summer. Whether it's a new job maybe you're wanting to start, or a new business, that Ace of Wands, but the Three of Wands is slowing things down. So let's see what else wants to come through here. That deck's getting an attitude. Ooh, the Hierophant. Okay. So I feel like it's really gonna start to be made very clear here in the coming months. A little bit throughout June, but definitely throughout the summer. You're gonna start seeing that everything that you went through, every struggle that you went through, every challenge and every obstacle you went through was preparing you for what you're going through now. I feel like a lot of you are going to really be taking that step back saying, oh, wow, you know what? I'm actually glad I went through that a few months ago because I wouldn't know what to do here with this if I didn't learn that. You know, you're going to have a couple of those aha moments. Definitely. Oh, yeah. And I'm also feeling like you're going to, if you choose to channel this energy properly, see, earth and water, the energies, earth and water, are mirror image reflections of each other energetically. Okay. They complement each other and they work. They behave so similarly, they're almost identical. If you channel the energy properly, do you know how much trauma you can heal from while you're on a journey like this? It makes the healing process much easier. Okay. It really, really helps you form that relationship with yourself that you never had. You know, like I said, we have been so conditioned to look for happiness in relationships. Lots of people out there have never even formed a relationship with themselves because we've been taught that, you know, my happiness is supposed to come from somebody else. So a lot of people out there don't even have a good relationship with themselves. Embarking on a journey like this, okay, whether it's just, you know, setting some kind of goal and working towards it or starting a new business, it can really make the process of healing from a lot of your past shit much, much easier. And I'm seeing a lot of that. Look, I'm seeing a lot of that. 5 of Cups reversed. 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords. And the Emperor. Some of y'all are getting promoted too. Some of y'all might be getting promoted to manager. Like if there's a manager position available you've been looking for. 6 of Cups in the reverse. And there's that 8 of Swords again. Okay. So whatever this is that is starting up for you guys, whether it's a new job or a new business, whatever it is, I see a lot of aha moments. A lot of, oh, that makes sense. Now I see why I went through that. Now I see why that didn't work out. Okay. that thing I was trying so hard to make that work out a couple of months ago. Now I'm glad that it didn't. Now I see why I had to learn this, right? I see a lot of that. A lot of that. Two of Pentacles. So yeah, look, lots of aha moments. Okay, is there any advice? Any more advice that wants to come through here? Any more advice? Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So try not to be too rigid, sticking to a specific plan. We want to be a little bit more flexible. Okay. We want to be just a little bit more flexible. And it's all about balance. I'm not saying don't plan. I'm not saying don't plan. Make a plan. Plan the whole process from A to Z. Start walking the steps of this plan. But when things start happening from out of left field, go with it. Go with it. That's the universe saying, okay, all right, I got something else for you. Your plan's pretty good, but before you get to that step, you got to do this. When things start coming from out of left field, when unexpected twists and turns that were not in your plan start popping up, roll with it. Okay? We got to see, we don't want to be on one extreme end of the spectrum. We don't want to plan too much and we don't want to plan too little, you know? We got to figure out how to like do, I call it a dance with the universe, you know? That's what I call it. But either way though, whatever it is, you all have been waiting around. Like for those of you waiting to start something new. Again, a job, a business, whatever this is, I do see that coming this summer. Probably not in June, though. I mean, I don't know, that Three of Wands. Play with this. Play with this. See if you can train your focus away from it. See if you can teach your mind to stop thinking about it. See if you can do that. Have you ever noticed this? I'm going to say this real quick before I wrap this up. Have you ever noticed this? When you're driving down the road and you get caught at a red light, and you're sitting there waiting on it and waiting on it and waiting on it. And it takes forever. You're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. But you pull up to a red light and you say, oh, okay, red light. You pull out your phone to go play on Facebook. Bam, it turns green right away. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Pull your focus away. That's when things speed up and start flowing faster. Okay? All right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Virgo friends needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this reading here. Greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in and playing along. Greatly appreciate all the love and the support and the positive feedback you guys show me every single time I get on here and do this. It makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to look in the description of this video if you would like to find information on how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all stay blessed.